Thanks for joining us. If you would like to chat, please click on the box below the video that says, click here to chat with us. The students are anxious to hear what you have to say.
Welcome to Miss Toutant's Kentucky Biography Projects. We hope you enjoy learning about famous Kentuckians.
The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the fields are gay. The corn tops ripe, and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all day. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. Where the young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By the hard times, my little at the door, in my old Kentucky home, good night. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. For my old Kentucky home, far away.
Hello, my name is Mary Meager. I was born on October 27th, 1964 in Louisville, Kentucky. I am a well-known swimmer for doing the butterfly stroke. In 1981, I was an Olympic champion and broke my own world record for the 100-meter and 200-meter butterfly stroke.
It all started at age 5 when I took my first swimming lessons. That's when swimming came natural to me. In 1979 long course senior national championship, I broke my first own world record and swam faster than half of the boys there. Can you believe it?
In 1980, at the International Swimming Championships, I broke another world record for the 100-meter butterfly stroke. Since I broke 3 world records, people started calling me Madam Butterfly.
I really wanted to go to the Olympics in Moscow, but the U.S. president wouldn't let us go because there was a war going on in Russia. So the U.S. ended up not going, and someone else won other than me. I got so upset I almost quit swimming because I figured out that my time couldn't be in the other girl's time. My dreams were crushed, but thankfully I didn't because I broke 2 more world records after that. I finally went to the Olympics in 1988 and won a bronze medal for the 200-meter butterfly stroke and a silver medal for my participation in the medley relay.
After the 1988 Olympics, I sadly retired from competitive swimming and decided to work at a bank in Louisville, Kentucky at a Plymouth residence through 1991. In 1993, I was asked to be a flag bearer during the opening ceremony at the Olympic community. I got married to a man named Michael Plant. Michael was a sports executive. Then I had 2 kids named Andrew and Malin. I hope that through my story, I've learned to never give up on your dreams, and I sure didn't, and I have many accomplishments to prove it.
Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Diane Sawyer, and today we'll be talking to you about my young life. I was born on December 22nd, 1945 in Glasgow, Kentucky. Soon after I was born, my family moved to Louisville. My mom was a school teacher and my dad was a judge. I also have an older sister named Linda Sawyer, and I have a dog named Lila Sawyer, which is my real name. As a teenager, I felt something of a loner. From 1962 to 1965, I was an American Junior Miss and I traveled around the country. I earned a Bachelor of Arts in English at Wesley College, then a tragic event happened. I lost my dad at the age of 24. It was a horrible part of my life.
Hi, I am Diane Sawyer as an adult. My first job was at WLKY-TV in Louisville as a weather forecaster. Then I married my husband, Mike Nicholson, on April 29, 1988. Then I moved to Washington, D.C. and worked for J.B. Warren in the White House. I wrote some of President Richard Nixon's public statements. In my careers, I have worked for CBS News, 60 Minutes, Primetime Live, 2020, Good Morning America, Primetime Live, and ABC News World News. I am still known for today. I am still known for today as a reporter. Then sadly, my husband died from a heart attack at age 85. My accomplishments include I won a Daytime Emmy Award for excellence in morning programming.
In 1997, I was inducted into the Television Hall of Fame. I also received a Peabody Award for my hard work on an investigation story.
That's all about my life. I hope you learned a thing or two about my life. Be on the lookout for a special report from me on the TV.
Hello, my name is Simon Kenton, and I would like to tell you about my life. First of all, I was born on April 3rd in 1755 AD at the headwaters of the Mill Run and the Bull Run Mountains, but now is Fauquier County, Virginia.
I died in 1836 in Low Country, Ohio. I explored the KY and I'm at Simon Kenton Memorial Bridge. It is in Maysville, Kentucky, and it opened in 1931. I love hunting. It's one of my favorite things. I'm best known for saving Daniel Boone.
Now for my childhood events. At age 16, I thought I had killed a man. The fight started over the love of a woman. So I fled to Kentucky and went as the name of Simon Bella. But then when I found out that he was still alive, I resumed my original surname. I was also one of the first Boy Scouts. Now for my adult life. I became captured and tortured by Indians. Luckily I escaped though. I also became a Brigadier General of the Ohio military.
And I became an associate of Daniel Ben and George Roger Clark's. I have quite a few character traits, and here are some of them. I'm for sure brave, hardworking, and determined.
I've learned that things aren't always what they look like, and that being brave and saving people has its rewards.
Thank you for being here and listening to most of my life story. Bye.
Hi, my name is Loretta Lynn. I was named after a famous film star, Loretta Young. I was born in 1932, Butcher Hollow, Kentucky. I started singing in church at a very young age. I taught myself how to play guitar in 1935. I moved to Washington State in 1948. My sister also became a singer performing as Crystal Gayle.
Hi, my name is Loretta Lynn. I was a honky-tonk girl. On January 10th, 1948, I married Arvilla. I was 15 years old when I got married. I had 6 children: Betty, Jack, Ernest, Hera, and had twins, Betsy and Peggy. I spent my adult life being a singer. I did many gay things. I wrote over 160 songs.
In 1967, I won a certified gold album.
I released 60 albums and sold 45 million records. In 1972, I was the first woman named Entertainer of the Year.
In 2004, I was awarded a VMI Country Music Award.
In 2001, Gold Mile's Daughter was named 100 Most Significant Songs of the 20th Century. In 2008, I was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in New York.
In 2010, I won a Grammy.
And that's my life.
Hello, my name is Matthew Harris Shute. I was born on April 22nd, 1788 in Mercer County, Kentucky. I attended Transylvania College in Lexington, Kentucky.
Following graduation in 1907, I studied law in Kentucky's capital, Frankfort. I became bored with my studies and wanted to paint instead.
I am a best-known painter in Kentucky. I painted many paintings. Some of my portraits are of John Grimes, George Rogers Clark, James Porter, Azure Blanchard, Thomas Jefferson, and Flowers.
I married Margaret Peggy Harrison Allen on May 25th, 1812. I had 3 children. James Edward Dewitt, he was born in 1827 and died in 1902. Sarah Bell Dewitt, she was born in 1810 and died in 1894. Anne Dewitt was born in 1818 and died in 1846. Margaret was born in 1795 in Fayette County, Kentucky. She died in 1900 and was buried in Cave Hill Cemetery in Jefferson, Kentucky at the age of 78.
I was captain in the army and fought against England in the War of 1812. I left the army in 1815 and came back to Lexington. I then opened a studio for painting portraits and miniatures. I am a very fast painter and paint 3 paintings a week. I sell all of my paintings for $25.
I wanted to be a professional portraitist. I went to Boston in 1816 after I left the army to study portrait painting under Gilbert Stuart. Gilbert Stuart gave me the greatest compliment of my life. He said that I was the only painter ever worthy of his instruction. I was recognized as the best West painter of the Angeles Mountains.
I became ill with a fever, and 11 days later, I sadly died on August 10th, 1827, at the age of 39. I was buried first in Mother's in-law cemetery. I then was reburied in Cave Hill Cemetery in Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you for listening to my life story. Hello, how you doing this fine day? My name is George Rogers Clark. I was born on November 19, 1752, near Charlottesville, Virginia. I lived with my grandfather. I went to a little farming school. When I was little, I was taught how to survey the land. I was the second of 10 children. Isn't that a lot?
In 1722, at age 20, I went on a surveying trip to Kentucky. I was an Indian commissioner after the war. In 1786, and other people negotiated a treaty with Shawnees. I was an officer in the Revolutionary War. And I helped defeat the British forces in the West in 1809. I had my first stroke, and because of that stroke, I fell into a fire and lost my leg. When I had my second stroke, I died on February 13, 1818.
Some of my accomplishments are: I have a school named after me in Winchester, Kentucky. I have a school named after me because I helped defeat the British forces in the Revolutionary War. I also have a memorial in Venice, Indiana. I have a memorial because I had a lot of influence on the growing United States of America at the time I was living.
Some more of my accomplishments are: I was an honored military leader serving in multiple battles, and 5 out of my 6 brothers became an officer in the Revolutionary War, including myself. I also built forts and led a military expedition to defend Kentucky against the Indians. Thanks for your time. I hope that you have learned that hard work can lead to success.
Hi, my name is Adolph Rupp. I was born September 2nd, 1901 in Haskell, Kansas. I went to Kansas University. Because I was 6 foot 2 inches tall, I also played basketball at Kansas University. My junior and senior year, we won the Helms National Championship. My first coaching job was at Burrow Oak High School.
I started coaching at Kentucky in 1930, and my coaching career ended at Kentucky in 1972. I won 4 national championships in 1948, 1949, 1951, and 1958. I also went to 6 Final Fours in 1942, 1948, 1949, 1957, 1958, and 1966. I was a 5-time National Coach of the Year in 1950, 1954, 1956, 1959, and 1970. I was a 7-time SEC Coach of the Year in 1964, 1966, 1968, 1969, 1970, 1971, and 1972. I was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1969. I also was inducted into the College Basketball Hall of Fame in 2006.
I won all these awards for being a determined, hardworking man, an 822% win average, and I also won 876 games. My 41 years of coaching the Kentucky Wildcats. That is the 4th most behind Dean Smith, Bob Knight, and Mike Krzyzewski. This is why I'm one of the most successful coaches of all time.
The Kentucky Wildcats now play at Rupp Arena, which was named after me and my accomplishments. I died on December 10th, 1977 at the age of 76 because of cancer in my spine. Go Cats!
Ah.
Hi, I am Laura Bell Bundy. I was born in Lexington, Kentucky on April 10, 1981.
I was known for my singing and acting. I have been in musicals, movies, and I'm a country singer. My acting career began when I was 9 years old when I starred in Ruthless the Musical in 1992. Also at age 9, I was nominated for both Actors Circles and Drama Desk Awards. At age 12, I was in the Disney Adventure of Huck Finn in 1993. When I was 14, I was in the movie Jumanji. Also, I began writing country music at the age 14 and started my first band at age 18.
In 2002, I starred as Annabelle Von Tussle in the Broadway musical Hairspray. I also helped write some of the songs featured in the play. I started on Broadway as an understudy in Wicked on October 30th, 2003. I have 2 country records, Longing for a Place Already Gone in 2007 and Aching and Shaken in 2010. Also, I reached number 31 on the U.S. Billboard Country Chart for my song Giddy On Up from my album Aching and Shaken. I played Elle Woods in Legally Blonde the musical on Broadway in 2007. My performance in Legally Blonde was nominated for a Tony Award in 2007. Thank you for listening about my life. Have a nice day. Hello, my name is Mary Todd Lincoln. I was born in Lexington, Kentucky on December 13th, 1818. When I was young, my family was very wealthy and they still were when I died. I married Abraham Lincoln on November 4th, 1844. We had our first child, Robert Lincoln. Then we had Edward Lincoln. Next, we had William Lincoln. Last, we had Thomas Lincoln. I became First Lady on March 4th, 1861. I was the first presidential wife to be called First Lady. I spent a lot of money and time redecorating the White House and on clothing. People thought I was selfish, indulgent, and inconsiderate of the people serving in the Civil War at the time. Later on, my husband, Abraham Lincoln, was assassinated and died on April 15th, 1875. After that, I became very emotional because of my son's death and my husband's death. My son, Robert, tried to prove me insane, but my brethren proved that I wasn't. Did you know there's a school named after me in Fayette County? The house I grew up in is also named after me. Sadly, I passed away because of a stroke in my sister's house in Springfield, Illinois, on July 16th, 1882. I was 63 years old. I was buried in Oak Ridge Cemetery. I hope you enjoyed my hearing about my life. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Hello, my name is Abraham Lincoln. I was born on a farm in Kentucky on February 12, 1809. I grew up on an early broken pioneer farm of the frontier. I was the second child of Thomas and Nance Lincoln. In 1816, the family moved north across the Ohio River to Indiana, a free non-slave holding territory, where they settled in an unbroken forest in Hurricane Township. On October 1818, my mother died of milk sickness, leaving Sarah Lincoln in charge. My sister Sarah died on January 20, 1828. When a milk sickness outbreak at the Ohio River made my family move to Illinois. When I was old enough, I struck out on my own and witnessed slavery. Then I went back to New Salem and stayed there for 6 years. I married Mary Todd Lincoln on November 4, 1892.
I was a lawyer and moneymaker before I got into politics and the Civil War began.
I became the 16th President of the United States of America in 1860. There were many changes to be made. Once I was president, I helped free the slaves. The Civil War started and the country was divided, so it had to be stopped. The Union victory at Gettysburg brought the South back and united the country. After that, I wrote the famous Gettysburg Address, which was a speech I told to a crowd at Gettysburg to honor the soldiers who died in the war. I was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth on April 15, 1865. I hope you learn from my presentation that even though it may be hard, you must always stand up for what is right and be a leader.
Hello, my name is Thomas Morgan. I was born September 25th, 1866 in Lexington, Kentucky to Ellen K. Howard and Charleston Morgan. I was born into a rich family.
I earned my degree from the University of Kentucky in 1886. At the University of Kentucky, I studied fruit flies to see how the species changed over time. I went to Johns Hopkins University to study zoology through 1891 to 1904. In 1904, I went to Columbia University to continue my research on fruit flies. In 1924, I won a Darwin Medal for my excellence in biology. I won a Nobel Peace Prize for Medicine in 1933. I was the first person that won this award from Kentucky.
From my findings, I wrote 22 books and 370 scientific papers. In 1890, I became a professor at Bryan Moore, Johns Hopkins Sister School. There I met Lillian Vaughan Sampson. In 1904, we got married. I have 4 children, and they were the best, and I could not ask for any better kids.
The University of Kentucky built a building to honor me because of my great science accomplishments. People might describe me as being a jokester, a hard worker, quick-minded, and a smart man.
I made many discoveries in the world of science, and hope someday you might too. I sadly died on December 4th, 1945 in Pasadena, California because of a heart failure. Thank you for listening to my life. Good morning. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Jessie Stewart.
I was born on August 8, 1906 in Greenup County, Kentucky, and died on February 17, 1984 in Ironton, Ohio.
I am known for being an author and a poet. I was the first one in my family to graduate high school and college. My family was so proud of me.
I went to Lincoln Memorial University in Tennessee. During my time there, I wrote over 500 poems. I wrote more than 60 books in a variety of genres. Man with the Bull-Tongued Plow was an important book in my career. I wrote it in 1934. It was a collection of 703 sonnets.
After my first important book, I was given the nickname American Burns. I was influenced by the work of the great Robert Burns from Scotland, United Kingdom. My book, Tops for Private Tuesday, written in 1943, and won the Thomas Jefferson Southern Award for the best Southern Book of the Year.
I was determined and perseverant because I was determined to finish high school and college, even though no one else in my family had. I was perseverant because I never gave up throughout high school and college.
I hope that you have learned that if you're determined and perseverant, good things will happen to you. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Johnny Depp. I was born on June 9, 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky. My father was a civil engineer and my mom was a waitress. I have 2 sisters named Christy Dombrowski and Debbie Depp, and a brother named Daniel Depp. I moved a lot because of my dad's job. When I was 7, we finally settled down in Miramar, Florida. For a year, my family lived in a motel, and when I found a house, I hated it. Sometimes I even locked myself in my room and played the guitar. When I was 16, I dropped out of school and played in a band called The Kids. We were very successful and played for Talking Heads and the B-52s. When I was 20, I married Lori Allison, who was 25. She introduced me to Nicolas Cage, who said I had acting potential and got me a Hollywood agent. My first movie role was in Nightmare on Elm Street. Then I played in the TV show 21 Jump Street. After 2 seasons of 21 Jump Street, I started Edward Scissorhands, and it was a great success. After Edward Scissorhands, I started Benny and June in 1993. I've been nominated for many Golden Globe Awards. Luckily, I won in 2008 for my performance in Sweeney Todd. You may have seen a few of my popular movies, Pirates of the Caribbean and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In 2008, I won a Kids' Choice Award for Pirates of the Caribbean. I've been nominated for 3 Oscars, but I'm still waiting for my chance to win. Most of my success is acting, but I'm interested in music. I have been a guitarist and posed in Oasis albums. In the past, I dated several female celebrities, but this year, 2015, I'm happily married to Amber Heard. With the success of my life, follow your dreams. Thank you. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed our presentations.